Video. Hey, this one's going to be very detailed on credit repair. You may be a person that's had not so perfect credit. Maybe it's been a little challenged with either a collection or a repossession or bankruptcy, maybe a tax lien, some kind of a judgment. Those collections can hurt you. They can stop your loan or at least give pause or caution for an underwriter to give you a loan. So what happens? Does that mean that you're done and forget ever buying a house again? No, it's called credit repair. I'm going to give you a couple of tips that you can look at very quickly and very simply to improve your credit, repair your credit, and get you maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the road to where you can come back and get a loan. So here's a couple. I'm going to show you a slide of what your credit score is really consisting of. Now, your credit score is consisting of several things, but you'll see in the slide that payment history is 35% of your credit score. So if you've paid everything on time, that's 35% of your score and you're going to do well. If you haven't quite paid things on time in your payment history over the last couple of years, that's going to be a big factor in why your scores have been reduced. Look at the second section, amounts owed. Now that's a real big section as well, 30%. So what if you paid everything on time, but you owe or you're maxed out on your credit cards on 9 different cards? Well, then the first section of payment history is going to be good, but the second section of amount owed is going to pull you down. So amounts owed, if you have a $9,000 limit and you have $9,000 charged up, it's going to reduce your scores. So you always want to try to pay things down maybe to 50% or below of that credit balance. The third section is length of credit. This is hugely important. Most consumers come into a lender and say, hey, I just want you to know I just canceled 3 credit cards. I'm down to 1, so I should be good for a mortgage now. And I always ask, well, pray tell, which 3 cards did you cancel? And they always say, oh, these ones I've had for 18 years, but the one I kept was the one I got last week. Well, that pulls your scores down because you just got rid of your friends. You got rid of your longtime good friends, buddies who can help you. Length of credit is good. You want something that's been on a long time. That helps your scores. New credit is 10% of your score. So again, you try not to get brand new credit right before you're getting a mortgage loan. Don't go open a new Macy's account a month before you're going to apply for a mortgage loan. The last thing is types of credit, and that's 10%. Again, they're going to score you differently if you have a lot of credit cards versus mortgage or installment loans. So that right there is the key to what you can do on your own. Now, what I want to tell you is this. Your job with credit, if it's challenged, is to maybe go to a credit repair company. Now, here's an analogy I'm going to give you. See this umbrella? It only costs about $3 or $4. But when it rains, it's amazing that $3 or $4 can keep me totally dry. I have a very expensive suit on, and when I go out in the rain, this $3 or $4 protects me from getting wet. Now you might say, I don't care if I get wet. I don't care if I have a late payment. Well, here's the problem. When you stand outside in the rain for 2 or 3 minutes and get wet, sometimes it takes 5 hours for your clothes to actually dry out if you just stood in your house. So it takes a long time to repair the damage that 2 or 3 minutes worth of rain does. It takes a long time to repair your credit when you just don't make a couple of payments. So credit repair is important. What you can do is go to a reputable credit repair company, and your lender or your realtor can usually advise you on those. And they can sometimes get rid of things, take off collections. And what that does is pump up your scores. You want your scores that are low to be pumped up. And we're going to do that by removing some of the negative credit items or getting them solved and resolved. Maybe you owe somebody $1,000, but we can settle that for $300. You can get them resolved or removed, and that will pump up your scores. So remember, you got to pump up your scores. You got to do some credit repair. That will protect you to get a home loan. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.